Alright, I'm going to do another video tonight. It's 4:30 in the morning, but I'm going to do another video. Today this video is going to be about um, purchasing a laptop and how long that laptop should last. Like how long just it should last for if you're buying a laptop. A lot of people um, I see these days are going into a store like Staples. I have nothing against Staples, by the way. Fortunately, it seems to come up quite a bit just because it's a local store in my town, where I live. But anyways, we'll go into Staples. I'll see them walking around. I'll be sitting there looking at, you know, some like a external hard drive or looking at parts of some kind. And I'll look over and someone will be sitting there at a computer, and you see the technician there telling them all this stuff about this laptop when it's not completely true. And I feel kind of bad for those people because sometimes they're pushed into a cheaper laptop or pushed into a laptop that's very, very expensive but doesn't meet all their needs. It's kind of sad to watch that. So I'm just going to talk a bit about buying a new laptop for basic users, and then I'll go into a little bit about more advanced users too, and how buying a laptop for them might be different. So when you're a basic user and you're buying a laptop, when I say basic user, I'm not meaning someone who's stupid on computers, but just meaning someone who uses computers to, check their emails, go on YouTube, browse basic websites, that kind of thing. Not as much for people who are doing high graphics and design and doing gaming. Gaming's a whole other thing to get into, but graphics and design may fit into this a bit. But anyways, when you're buying a laptop, what you want to do is you want to put away a fair amount of money when buying a laptop. You may not, save up for your laptop because you don't want to just say, I got $400 or I got $600 now, I'm just going to go buy a laptop, because that's not what you want. I believe you get what you pay for. So if you pay $500 or $600 for a laptop, you get a $500 or $600 laptop. And the unfortunate truth about that is it may not last as long as maybe a more expensive laptop, or as a laptop that you maybe pay a little bit more money for, or you know, or a laptop that you maybe research more as well too. So, put away a bit of money. Even if you're not going to spend it on all the money on the laptop, put a little bit of money away so you're able to reach different price ranges instead of this like bare minimum price range. All right. So, when shopping for a laptop, make sure the laptop meets your requirements, and not just meets your requirements like, okay, this will do. Meet your requirements and a little bit over. Meaning, if you think you're going to only need a gig of RAM, get 2 gigs of RAM. Or if you if you're gonna think you think a 1.8 gigahertz system is fine, get a 2 gigahertz system. Just because it will not only suffice for now, but it'll suffice for the future. You really want to be thinking about the laptop in the future. Laptops don't last forever, but the time they do last, um, you want to extend that as much as possible, because as a basic user you want to buy a new computer every month or every year or even every 2 years. That seems kind of ridiculous to me, just because it's a lot of money to spend. You want to be thinking about maybe every two, maybe I think more about 3 or 4 years, every a laptop, just for basic users. If you're image editing, if you're doing gaming, it's a whole different story. But if you're a basic user and you're just browsing it, doing emails, that kind of thing, talking MS Messenger, talking on, a messenger of some kind, Yahoo Chat, Jabber, name the client, kind of thing. Make sure that you get a laptop that's a little tiny bit over what you need, and spend the extra money. You know what? You may think it's ridiculous right now, but it may be a lot more important in the future. Just like you may buy, decide to go with the 1.5 gigahertz system. I don't think they sell those anymore, but say you find a 1.5 system and you find out next year Windows requires 1.6. It might happen. I'm sure it will happen someday. I'm sure the requirements for Windows become quite a bit more, and you really want to be covered in that way. So spend a little bit extra money. Now, I'm not saying go out and buy the most expensive laptop you can find. No way I'm saying that. I'm saying save up a bit of money, so that way you can research all your choices, and then maybe if it's a little bit more money to upgrade to a little bit more powerful laptop, then you have that money away and able to spend it on that laptop. But just be careful, and choose wisely. Just like, don't buy the first one you see. Choose wisely and find a laptop that you think you not only enjoy, but a laptop that you find will be useful to you. Because it can't just look cool; it has to have the requirements that you need. Um, it's very, very important. I've seen too many people just, walk into a store. That one looks good. The store guys are, of course, going to play that up. I mean, employees in that store are going to play that up because they want to sell the laptop, kind of thing. And they go home with something that maybe they think is good now, but in a week or two, they find that maybe it can't run all the programs they need, which is unfortunate. You got to research also what applications you're going to be running on it and what they require. Now, if you're going to run like web browsers and stuff like that, basic systems can do that. Any system you buy new today can do web browsing, emails, that kind of stuff. But it's when you get into, doing more than one thing at a time and doing, trying to multiple, like you have a chat window open, have, pages and stuff, web pages, emails, that kind of stuff open. It may not seem like a lot, but it can really bog a system down in some cases. Not saying in all cases, I'm saying in some cases. So be wise, be careful. If you have any questions about laptops or anything like that, I'd be happy to help you too. So feel free to put comments in the section if you're unsure about a certain choice, because I can't choose a laptop for you, but I can help you make the choice. Two, if you're going out to buy a laptop, take someone with you that knows. Take a teenager with you, or not saying that all teenagers are smart. Take someone who's aware of computers and is able to understand what the person who's like, if you, for example, if you go into a major store like Best Buy or Staples stuff, make sure to go take someone in with you that will understand what the guy in Best Buy or Staples is going to do, because you know what, they'll say a lot of stuff that you don't understand, and you know what, that's scary, because he may say something like, oh, it won't do this, blah blah blah, and brush over it, and you don't understand that. You want to take someone with you who understands a lot about, not a lot, but understands the basic computers and able to maybe help you with that choice. If you're unsure of what you want, then go, of course, go alone, that kind of thing. But I still, even if you're aware, I'd still bring someone with you, just kind of, have little, them be your conscious kind of thing, them helping you make that choice, because I would never go alone to buy a computer. You want to take someone with you. All right. Now I'm going to go in a little bit about power users. All right, power users when you're buying a laptop computer, it may not last as long. Of course, have had a horrible, I've had horrible luck with systems this year. I've switched actually 3 times to different laptops, just because I didn't quite like the laptop before it. Basically, I went from the Aspire one. This is just this year. I went from the Aspire one, which is a great laptop. Didn't have a problem with it. Basically, just wanted to switch the OS 10 operating system. I switched from that to an iMac or an iBook G4. Wanted to move into something a little more serious, and now I went with the MacBook. So, yeah. So here's my, I'm going to overview again the tips I had, just for basic users mainly. Just take someone with you. Buy, pay for the like, spend the money on the laptop. Don't buy something cheap. Buy something that has a good build quality to it, that is nice and strong, a solid laptop you feel it can be bumped and knocked around a bit, and get a laptop that's not just specs that you need now, but specs you may need in the future. So go a little bit over what you think you need, just because in the future you may need something a bit stronger, and you don't want to buy. You don't want to have to buy a whole new laptop just because you didn't think about it when buying the first laptop. And just be careful. Research what you have. Research what's around you. Don't just go to the first store and buy a computer. You know what? Even if you're positive you want that computer, maybe go to a few different stores. Maybe you have a cheaper price there, a cheaper price here, that kind of thing. Just be careful. I feel bad for people who, I'm not saying they're stupid or anything, but people who purchase a laptop and end up being unhappy with it. So, thank you very much. If you have any more questions, you can email me at thezrtech@gmail.com, or reply in the comment section. Please subscribe if you like my videos, and thank you very much for watching.